All right, guys, we are going to review chapter 11 right now. I'm going to do a couple problems from each section. You need to print off your review packet, and once you have it printed off, I'm going to help you with some of the problems, and then we will go through a couple questions from each section, and then when you've completed your review packet, I have the answer key uploaded to the assignment for today, so you can correct it yourself and then check in with me if you have questions. And then when you're ready, you'll take the chapter 11 test. Remember that you need to have paper in front of you, otherwise it's really hard to do these multi-step problems in your head. Use a calculator, take your time. Okay? So the first thing we learned about in 11.1 was combining like terms. So in order to combine like terms, it has to have the exact same variable and the exact same exponent, and then you'll just add or subtract the coefficient in front of it. So let's do a couple of these. Let's do 5 and this one right here that's not numbered. So number 5, this is a K and this is a K, but this is H, so I can only combine these two. So I have 10K, and then look to the left, it says minus 3K. 10 minus 3 is 7, and then H is different, so you'll just plop it on at the end, and then that's your answer. We cannot solve, we don't know what K or H equals. Okay, down here I have a parentheses, so I need to simplify by doing the distributive property. 6 times 7 is 42, and 6 times positive x is positive 6x, so I'll write plus 6x. And then I see that I do have two like terms. I have 6x and 5x, and both are positive. I look to the left and yep, that's positive, and yep, that's positive. So I'll add that together, and I have 11x plus 42. The reason why I put 11x first is because usually the variable goes first. If you have that backwards, that's okay. All right, next section was 11.2, and this was solving multi-step equations. Let's do one with parentheses here, and then we'll do one with a fraction. Okay, so here I have my equation, number 3 here. And what I need to do first is get rid of these parentheses by doing the distributive property. 2 times 2w is 4w. 2 times positive w is just positive 2w. And 2 times negative 1 or minus 1 would be negative 2 or minus 2. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to collect my variables on one side of the equation and my constants on the other. So I'm going to keep my variables on the right, and I want to move this constant to the left. So 4w plus 2w is 6w. I don't do the inverse because I'm not moving across the equal sign, just combining on the same side. But now I want to move this negative 2 to the opposite side, and that's when I do the inverse. Negative 2, the inverse is plus 2. So I'll add 2 to both sides. This will cancel, and I'll get 6w equals 18. And then to finish solving, I'll get w alone by dividing. So therefore, w equals 3. And then you should check your work, plug 3 in everywhere it says w, and make sure that it works and that this side does equal 16. Okay, let's do this one with a fraction. So what I want to do is look at the denominators, and I have 6, 12, 4, and 6, and I want to find the least common multiple, and all of those fit into 12. So I'm going to multiply this entire thing by 12. And then I could do over invisible 1 if that makes me feel better. Okay, so I use my calculator in my mind, and I do 12 times 5, 6. 12 times 5, 6 would be 10a. 12 times minus 7/12 or negative 7/12 would be negative 7. 12 times positive 3/4 would be 9a. And then over here, I'm going to turn this into an improper fraction because I don't like typing mixed numbers into my calculator, or I'm actually doing it in my head, but so that would be 12/13 over 6, and it's negative. So that would be 6 times 13 is 78. So it would be negative 78. Okay, I'm just going to check my math because I did a lot of this in my head, so hang on. Okay, so right here I made a mistake. This should have been 6. I was thinking that that number was too big, that's why I checked. And 2 times 13 would be negative 26 there. All right. So the key idea here is you need to remember to multiply every single term, even if it isn't a fraction. Every single thing that's separated by addition or subtraction, it's called a term, needs to be multiplied by this 12 over 1. Okay, now I can combine like terms. 10a, look to the left, plus 9a is 19a. And I want to move this negative 7 so it's combined and on the opposite side with negative 26. So inverse becomes plus 7. So I add 7 to both sides. And I'll get 19a equals negative 19. And then I'll divide by 19 on both sides, and a equals negative 1. Then I want to just check my work and plug negative 1 here and here and make sure that the left side does equal negative 2,116. So I'm going to check my work and make sure you guys do that. Okay, I'm good to go. So key idea, make sure that you multiply every single term. All right, next section we did was 11.3, and this is where we have variables on both sides of the equal sign. And let's do let's do 5 and 6. Okay, so I'm looking and this denominator is 3 and this is 2, so I'm going to multiply by the least common multiple. 3 and 2 both fit into 6, so I'm going to multiply this whole shebang by 6 over 1. The whole thing, all 4 terms. Okay, that would be 6 times invisible 1/3 would be 2y plus 66 equals 3y minus 18. Okay, I'm going to collect my variables on one side and my constants on the other. Let's see, I'm going to move my variables to the right. You could do it to the left if you want. So that would become minus 2y. And it would cancel out on this side. Okay, and then I got to make sure that I move this minus 18 to the opposite side. I want to move them away from each other. So minus 18 becomes plus 18, inverse. And what I'll be left with is 1y, or y, equals, and then I'll add these together, 84. Okay, then I plug it back in here and make sure that 84 divided by 3 plus 11 is the same as 84 divided by 2 minus 3. Check my work, make sure I'm good. Okay, last one. All right, if I have a fraction bar with more than one term in the numerator, there's an invisible parentheses here, and I can't get at anything until I get rid of this 3 here in the denominator. So the inverse of dividing by 3 is multiplying by 3. So I'm going to multiply this entire equation by 3. I want to get rid of this fraction, and I need to multiply every single term like I did here to get rid of 3. So the 3's will cancel out, and what you'll be left with is 2x minus 9. Because there's an invisible parentheses around that. 3 and the 3 just cancel out there. And then I need to remember here I need to remember here that I need to multiply the 3 times the 8 and the minus 3x as well. So I get 24 minus 9x. Okay, so I'm going to move my variables over to the left and my constants over to the right. All right, so this would become plus 9x plus 9x, and this would become plus 9. Okay, I'm running out of time on my video, so I'm going to have to, hurry up here. So this is plus 9. 24 plus 9 is 33. And 2 plus 9 is 11x. Last step would be to divide each side by 11, and x equals 3. And then I would go back and check and make sure that that is the answer. So go back and check and make sure that that's the Okay, so sections 11.4 and 11.6, or sorry, 11.4 through 11.6, I have the review posted. Again, I had it posted in a previous assignment, and then I just posted it in here again. If you need additional help for 11.6, then ask me during class time or during office hours. You can email me to set up a Google Meet. That is all.